I've been very fortunate to go to Champions League finals, not always successful, but I've been at some amazing days of Ashes cricket, and I've been to some of the best events and some big fights and stuff. But you guys have been at a lot of them. Now, Mark, I'll start with you. Can you pin down a couple of events that stand up for you as I can't believe I was there?
Yes, off the top of my head, I think I did a Super Bowl when the New England Patriots were playing the Atlanta Falcons, and they trailed 28 points to 3 going into the final quarter, which is a bit like being 4-0 down with 20 minutes to play. And Tom Brady, who's obviously the greatest quarterback that's ever played, basically went, right, I'm going to win this for us. And they beat Atlanta inside that last 10 minutes of the fourth quarter, and that was amazing. And that was one of those wowers there. And the other one, which is on a similar kind of vein, is when Tiger Woods won the Masters again.
Wow.
And I can remember coming back from my commentary position to walk back to the media centre, and I crossed the 17th as Tiger started to walk up 17. Actually, it gives me goosebumps. And that is one of those, wow, when he did that, that was a seriously emotional and special moment.
That picture of him walking up that fairway with the crowd all running behind him.
It's amazing.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was me running to the beat in the background, carrying a microphone, trying to get to the
I'm going to take a longer look at that photo next time. Where's Chappers? Just going to be a load of redneck Americans and then just one guy. Oh, there he is. And for you, Gabby?
One for you. I was 6 months pregnant with twins, hosting the Champions League final at the Ataturk Stadium.
Oh, 2005.
2005. And at half-time, 3-0 down, I turned to Terry Venables in the ad break, because I was working for ITV at the time, and I said, look, they've scored 3, Liverpool can score 3. And he just rolled his eyes as if to say, well, just don't be daft. And there we were. And amazing. It was an amazing, and it was the last, because I was so heavily pregnant with twins, my husband had to fly out because there was a chance they wouldn't let me fly home, and I'd have to have my babies in Istanbul, and, so it was a very dramatic trip there. And then another one was, I was really lucky to be part of the Rugby World Cup team when England won, and I was on the pitch interviewing the players afterwards, and these were guys my husband was playing with at Wasps. He was a Scotland player, so he was nowhere near the final. And to interview your friends and guys that you know, and they've won a World Cup, and as it turns out, they haven't won one since. At the time, you think, oh, these are going to come along. And then just a third one, the Lionesses winning the Euros. That was
incredible, wasn't it?
Wow. That felt like, okay, the tanker's turn now.
Yeah, it did
Women's
feel like
sport
that.
is in a different place.
My daughters pretty much got into football after that game. That really did have that sort of effect on them. Yeah, it was massive, wasn't it? Yeah.
And the contrast between that final and the Euros final, England-Italy, the previous summer, where there was such a toxic, horrible atmosphere in the stadium that night.
Yeah, it was horrible.
It just was a real shame. And then the atmosphere that day on that Sunday.
So great. If you had given birth to your twins in Turkey, would you have had to name them after 2 of our goal scorers? So would you have Vladimir and Chabi now?
Quite possibly.
That would have been nice. I wish.
Sliding doors moment.
Reminds me, on an old show that I used to do, one of our producers actually changed my name by deed poll to Vladimir Schmitzer. And then revealed it on air. It took, and then I made sure they changed it.
So briefly you were Vladimir
Briefly,
Such a niche footballer as well. He's not even like a legend, just a decent player.
You look like a Vlad.
You do. I was thinking that. You do look like a Vlad.
Yeah, you do.
In a good way.
Is that, what's that, rugged?
Rugged.
Yes, rugged, sexy and check. That's how I picture you.
It's the holy trinity of words there.
Radio X.